the most obvious Ponzi scheme ever to exist is the Federal Reserve. How are we not on Wall Street right this second talking about this obvious, outright illegal entity that is doing nothing but killing our country and turning us into slaves? How is it that we have 1,000 picket signs that are saying random bullshit and just crying and complaining about the state of things, rather than having every picket sign focus on the root and cause of all of these problems? You want to talk about the homeless, you want to talk about poverty, you want to talk about not having enough jobs, you want to talk about fair taxation, you want to complain about the wars, you want to complain about all of these things, but you don't dare try to examine what caused them and then exploit it. It's the central banking system. It's the Federal Reserve. Once you know how it works, and believe me, it's really easy because it's a fucking Ponzi scheme. Once you understand how it works, all you have to do is expose it. The media is your best fucking weapon. The media is your best tool to exploit this. And what are we doing? We're running around just crying about everything with no direction, no leader, and no focus. We're giving the media the ability to interpret our movement any way they want to let the public know whatever they want them to know. And I'm sick of watching the media talk about Occupy Wall Street because they're saying the same thing every day, that there's no specific goal, there's no focus. You're just allowing the government to create solutions. Like fair taxes. Okay, Obama's fighting, right? Just like you. If you look at what's happening in the White House, Obama, it's an illusion. He's fighting the Republicans. He just happens to be fighting what is portrayed to us as the Republican Party, a bunch of ignorant, irrational, racist, old, grumpy people. So are you telling me that a jobs bill that the whole country wants, the country wants jobs, the 99% wants this bill, the president, who's articulate, educated, and we love him, right? He's having problems communicating to these retards and getting this bill passed. We're supposed to believe this shit, right? We're supposed to believe that this fair taxes bill that he wants to propose, that he is proposing, is not going through because of the Republicans, these idiots, right? We're supposed to believe all of this. And he's there fighting. He's getting really aggressive right now, isn't he? Just like we are. And you know what? There's going to come a point, maybe in a few weeks, in a couple months maybe, where these bills are going to pass. And it was all orchestrated to make us feel like we've won. They've been doing this for the last 100 years. The Federal Reserve was created in 1913. How do you think they kept this obviously stupid Ponzi scheme a secret? They kept it out of your mouths because they've been throwing bullshit politics, wars, Casey Anthony, O.J. Simpson, everything, just distracting you and giving you more things to be angry about. And now you're a mob of angry people running around Manhattan with no direction, when you have to trace the root of all of these things that you're complaining about. And it's the Federal Reserve. It's really that simple. And your number one weapon, once again, is the media. Give them something solid. Focus on one idea. Trash all your picket signs and stop trying to be individuals. You talk about unity and all unifying, but your picket signs don't show that. Every time I see somebody being interviewed by a news channel, they happen to be interviewing the most ignorant, or some homeless guy, or some young person that is just blabbing on and blabbing on. But they're not getting anything from you. They're not getting that one thing, which is the Federal Reserve. We need to audit the Federal Reserve. We need to show them that we know this is a Ponzi scheme. Ponzi schemes are illegal. pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. I mean, there's a pyramid on the back of your $1 bill. This isn't a fucking secret. You need to open your eyes. Like the eye on top of the pyramid on the back of the $1 bill. This is so fucking obvious. Quit complaining about the small politics. Complain about one thing and let them know you know about it. Don't let the media question it. Let the media with their cameras see these picket signs and have no question what we're complaining about, what we know. And then watch the government and see how they answer this. I really want to see how the government covers up a fucking Ponzi scheme. An outright obvious Ponzi scheme. I really want to know, because they haven't ever addressed it. Make them address it. It's the reason for all of our problems. I'm actually done repeating myself. But if you really want to know the culmination of everything that I've said right now, and you really want to understand it, Thomas Jefferson, Google this. Google a quote by Thomas Jefferson. I'd repeat it, but I don't know it all by heart. He said it perfectly. It's a quote by Thomas Jefferson in 1803 about the banking institution. Over 200 years ago, and he was spot on. That quote right there should be your focus. Google it. Make it your focus. Burn all of the picket signs. Create new ones. Make no question available of what your goal is and what you know about the system. Because Wall Street is not the problem. Wall Street just capitalized off of a severe flaw in the system. And they've been used as a scapegoat. The government worked with Wall Street. The government created Wall Street. And it was birthed from the Federal Reserve system, way of doing things. And they've been blaming Wall Street the last few years. That's why they've been in the media. But nobody blames the government and the specific problem in the government. Think about these things. It's really easy.